and maybe you go forward and you try again. The narcissist, the second you respond, they'll give you a day, 2 days, maybe they need it from you, and then they're going to either not talk to you anymore, they got what they needed, they're going to move back to that person, move on with another person. They just needed a hit. What does a hit indicate? It's quick, right? Quick. They need a hit. So if you provide that for them and then they move on, don't do that. Don't give them fuel. Don't give them fuel. They're doing, when they reach out, this is how I picture it. They're doing like a test run on their bench. You know, they call us bench warmers once we're old supply. Because they don't, my narcissist even told me, I don't lose anyone's number. I'm friends with everybody. I've had the same number 30 years. His phone would ring from old numbers and he's like, I never. They keep a bench of people. And we're called bench warmers, like in a sport. I feel like they're giving it a test run. Like don't jump right in because they want some reaction from someone. How do they say? It's like a fisherman. They throw, the word's ugly. Chum, is that the word? They throw chum in the water. And then it's a gross word because I think it's like, chum is like gross. It's like, I don't even want to think about what it is. But they throw it in the water and then the big fish come. I think that's what they're doing when they reach out almost every time. They have a list maybe of 10 people, 20 people, 15 people, 8 people, 2 people, whatever it is. And they throw out chums. So they're going to send, they may even have sent the same message to you and 10 other people. I don't want to be the one to respond. Oh, heck no. Once I figure that out, no way am I going to be the one to fall for that. Let the other 7 people fall for that and be there for him. I'm not being the fuel for anybody's hit that they need for a millisecond. I'm interested in somebody who wants to be with me. Me, Renee Flamand. Not me as supply, not because I'm a good ear, a good listener, a good caretaker. I'll make you feel like a king for a minute. Sure I will, but not anymore. Once I caught on. Once you catch on to that, you don't want to talk to them. You don't want to contact them back because you don't want to be that for them. It became so clear, and I wish I knew it a year and a half ago. I really wish I did. Because now I look and I get so, I could just shake myself of a year ago when he would call and I'd be like, I wouldn't get mushy like, oh, he misses me. But I did think that. Absolutely. I was like, okay, well, he went a month and now he's missing me because I was phenomenal. And you should think the same about yourself if you knew that you were good to that person. And I'm thinking, I was phenomenal. It doesn't matter how I was. It doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with me. He needed a hit of supply from somebody, somewhere. He's in a desperate state. And usually, every time that he talked to me, it was a desperate state. Got into a fight with someone. He's feeling lonely. He's hating his life. He's miserable. He made a regretful choice by leaving me. Needs to come back here. And I was listening to all of it in the beginning. I was listening to all of it, and I was thinking, I was feeling validated, I guess. And I wanted to feel validated. Because when you leave these people, you're so broken. And so you feel like nothing. So when they come back at you, and it gives you some sense of, maybe I did mean something. You want to grab onto that, right? You want to grab onto that. And then that makes you want to respond to them because you want to, not respond in kind necessarily. I didn't say I love you too, I miss you too. Those words were gone from my vocabulary. But I would approach it like, so hi, what's up? You sound a little upset. Is everything all right? But that's giving him supply. I answered him. I'm being friendly. We would laugh. He'd come through town. He'd come in for coffee. Now he's not welcome here anymore. That decision was made about 6 months ago. No. Those days are over. He's not welcome here anymore. And once I realized that when they're reaching out, it is only to fuel their own tank that they need filled with some kind of compliments or making them feel better in some way, I realized I don't want to do that for somebody. You don't want to do that for somebody. Don't let yourself be that person for them. Let them find it somewhere else. And you know, it's extremely disheartening to grasp that. And I know that. And I think that's why I put off grasping it for a long, long time, because I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe it. And I couldn't believe that I meant nothing. And it takes you a while to wrap your brain around that. But watch the way they're behaving. They're off being with other people. If I meant something, he wouldn't have been doing any of the things A to Z that he did. It was so in front of me the whole time, and I didn't see it. I don't think I wanted to see it. And now I want to see it that way. I'm anxious to see it that way. Seeing it that way gives me strength. It makes me look at him and be like, he's just sleazy. Ew. I'm not going to entertain somebody like that. Oh, God, no. And please think of yourself as 8,000 times better than a person like that. And I know it's hard. I'm so, so sorry. I really, really am. It's hard to think of that. But I promise you it's true. And I've put it to the test with him, which is how I learned it was true. I said many different things and tried many different tactics and don't answer, everything in between. I'm telling you, if you were to ignore them, eventually they do go away. And now a lot of the tapes tell you, oh no, they'll never quite always go away. They could, reach back out to you in 5 years, 10 years. That's true. You're forever on their bench. They'll forever look at it that way. Your number is in their phone, and they think that at any point, now he'd have to really forget some horrible things I've told him, but he continues to do it. There was a message in blocked messages last week. So he continues after all these months to forget about all the bad things and insults I paid back to him, because I told him exactly what I thought of him. It wasn't pretty. Not screaming, just very calmly. Once we were broken up, I was like, it was ugly. They forget about that. You're on the bench, your number's in their phone. They come upon a day where they're feeling just that lonely and no one's responding, and oh, I know who I'll call. Renee's really reliable. She won't say no to me. Yes, she will once she figured out what you're doing. Yes, she will. They don't need me. He doesn't need me. They don't need us. They don't miss us. It's not us. You follow what I'm saying? So pay attention to that. And I'm about to make a video on why you shouldn't get back to them.